Hi, I'm here with Chaitanya Mishra from Facebook. He's an engineer with Facebook. Chaitanya, thank you for joining me. So tell me, how did you actually end up at Facebook?
So a few years ago, I was graduating with my PhD, looking for jobs in academia and industry and all that. And I happened to meet some Facebook engineers at a conference very similar to the one we were at today. And I talked to them about the stuff they were doing. It sounded interesting. I applied, and yeah, it's been working out since then.
How does working at Facebook differ from any other company?
I haven't really worked anywhere else. I don't have a very strong baseline. I like to think that we try to move fast and focus on getting things done. And the reach and impact of Facebook is we have very few companies that have that. And so that's what makes it very interesting.
Can you briefly sketch why data is so important to Facebook?
Data is really important to Facebook because without data, without content, the site is actually not very interesting. It's just a shell. Facebook's just a shell that wraps around the content being produced by our users. So yeah, we are custodians of the data, we are custodians of the social graph, and we are our job is to display it in interesting ways to users so that they get good value out of it. So that's why yes, data is definitely important.
Are there any specific pieces of technology worth mentioning?
So in today's talk, I focused a lot on our data technologies, and there were essentially two aspects of it. One was that how do we handle technology that's already out there in the world, like MySQL, Hadoop, and Memcache, but how do we do things slightly differently about them? But there's also the really cool things that we have done, for example, with our tau-based caching layer, which is a variation on how Memcache works, or Scuba, a technique that lets you dive into data and all that. So all of these techniques that I talked about in today's talk are I think they really change how we operate at this world, and they are tools that many other companies will probably be having soon or already have in some other form.
So I heard you worked on Facebook search. Now, search is an underappreciated feature. Can you tell us something about the challenges that you face with search on such a scale?
The things that make search at Facebook really interesting and difficult are that, suppose there's a person named John. If I search for John, there is some person named John who's the best result in the world for me, but is also the worst result in the world for someone else. The fact that search is so inherently personalized means people's search is so inherently personalized means that it's also very, very difficult, especially at our scale, and the fact that a lot of users are generating content. So more recently, we have introduced something called graph search, which lets you search for photos, which lets you search for post content, all that. And that instantly makes the problem even more difficult because in addition to being personalized, the amount of data is a lot more.
You work on the mobile team right now. Any exciting things you want to share?
So over the last couple of years, what we have been noticing more and more is that users spend there are a lot more mobile users of Facebook than there used to be. There's this paradigm shift happening where everyone in the many countries is getting their first connection to the internet through a mobile phone. Making that experience good for users, making Facebook work well for those users, and connecting the world while they're connecting to Facebook on what may not be a great connection is actually one of the most challenging and exciting projects that we're working on. We recently announced internet.org, a foundation to help get data access throughout the world. But part of doing that correctly is to make Facebook work for all these users in all these countries.
How do you like DAM data so far?
DAM data has been great. I've been through a bunch of very interesting talks and had a chance to chat with many very interesting people. And it's very exciting to see the tech scene emerging in Antwerp and Belgium.
Chaitanya, thanks for talking to me. I'll let you get back to the conference.
Thank you.